Hello everyone, welcome, good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on your time zone. So today, remember I'm from Marigon Praise. Today we are going to be talking on an amazing topic, and please give me your keen attention. And I want to let you know that I'll be expecting your comments, be it on your contributions or your questions. Please ask questions. I'm open for questions, not only on the set topic, but on any health related issue. I'm there to answer your questions with the help of God, and I'm also open to learn from you. Wow, so today we'll be talking about a recent outbreak, a current outbreak, measles. Measles. Now, what is measles? Now, I want us to know that measles is a viral infection, and this measles infection is actually a very contagious and severe airborne disease. And now, this measles infection is being caused by the measles mobile virus. Yeah, it's a virus that causes the infection. So the measles mobile virus that causes the measles, it belongs to the paramoxilvirus family. And now this viral infection, when it gets to a person, it first of all attacks the respiratory tract. Now, when the respiratory tract is being attacked, after that, it now spreads to the entire body. And when this is being done in the body, it leads to other further diseases, complications, and even eventual death when it's not properly handled. And now, we'll go to the next step. After having known the causative agent, knowing what the definition is all about, I'd like us to go further to know more about this measles. It's not just all about what you think, but there is more to it than that. And now we'll be looking about the incubation period. The incubation period, in the layman language, is a time between when you contacted a disease or an infection, and from the time which it takes to manifest in your system. So now this viral infection takes approximately 7 to 14 days, that's 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how your immune system is. Remember, there are some people whose immunization percentage is really high, depending on their lifestyle. Their lifestyle actually affects your immune system. So now it takes 7 to 14 days, which means that if you happen to contact this measles virus, you will not just start manifesting the symptoms to you today, la la la, mena mena, nose, and it will need to take a time. It's a process of time, 7 to 14 days. And now, how does this happen? How is the mode of transmission? Because every sickness has a mode of transmission. Now, it's being transmitted by either mosquitoes. I want us to know that the measles virus lives in the throat and nostrils. The throat and the nostrils. So, when an infected person sneezes, coughs, or talks, infectious droplets spreads to the air. Remember, I earlier said it is an airborne disease. You don't need to touch someone to have it. You just need to breathe in the air. So when an infected person coughs, talks, or sneezes, those infectious droplets goes to the air. And those who are susceptible, or we call it susceptibility, those who are exposed, those who are at risk to having it. When you're around an infected person and he or she talks, speaks, or sneezes, those infectious droplets goes into the air, and then you now breathe it in. So when you breathe it in, you definitely have the measles infection. Now, I want us to know that within the 7 to 14 days for the incubation period, from there, within the day 3 to day 5, you will start having the symptoms of rashes on your body. But I am not saying that if you see rashes on your body, you have measles. No, that's not what I've said. I'm saying that within the day 3 to day 5, it's a possibility for you to be having measles rashes on your body. Now, let's be fast. What are the signs and symptoms of measles infection? I'll just highlight a few. One, you have runny nostrils. You might have conjunctivitis, inflamed eyes, dry cough, that kind of dry, solid cough, like and nothing is coming out, you see. And there are so many others. At times you have hyperpyrexia, high fever. And so, when you have some of these symptoms, please, it's advisable that you rush to the nearest medical center. Agnes said you go to the pharmacy and buy drugs. That's the problem with us Africans. Please, we need to know the place for the pharmacy and the place where we need a health consultant, like a a medical doctor to consult us. When you have some of these symptoms, please, it is advisable you rush for medical diagnosis and not just buy roadside drugs. Now, that having been said, remember I said we will be fast. That being said, we'll go to the next option. How can you prevent measles infection? And some will be like, hey, not touch me again, measles, not touch me again, measles. When we're small, we're fond of doing that. Not touch me, not touch me, not touch me. It's not about being touched. How can you prevent this infection? The number one, the safest and the most recommended mode of prevention is for you to get immunized, get vaccinated. Oh, with this, my heart is bleeding for our African mothers. Most of times, us mothers, due to one or two reasons, we neglect, or should I say we don't follow our child's complete immunization, which is really, really risky, because at every vaccine a child takes, it has a role to play. So what I'm saying is, if you go to immunize your child at a particular center where you have been doing, and then one of the vaccines are not available, please take the one that is available, and that which is not available, make sure you search for it. Search for it, even if it means for you to pay transport out of town. Search for it and immunize that child. It's for the child's good. And aside immunization, when you have someone around you who is infected, what can you do to help the person and help those around? Another method is for you to isolate the person. Now, when I'm saying isolate the person, I'm not saying that you should just behave as though the person has received a death sentence. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that the person should be kept alone. If it's a child, the child should be kept aside. He or she shouldn't be associated with other children. If it's school time, the child shouldn't go to school at the moment. If it's an adult, you're married, please don't be with your spouse. It's good you have your own separate room at the moment, because isolation will help to reduce the spread of the infection. Because if, as a mother, for instance, you have it and you're with your husband, you sleep with your husband in the same room, be rest assured that your spouse will be affected, and even your children will be infected. I don't think that's what you really want, right? So it's good that you isolate the infected person. And another thing is try to manage the signs and symptoms. What am I trying to say? If the person has high fever, you can help the person manage a high fever. Hyperparaxia can be managed. You can do steady sponging, And another thing is to give the person comfort. Because at some point, when people are sick, especially when there's an outbreak and then one happens to be susceptible and infected, they'll just feel like, I don't die. So it's your place to give that person comfort. You mustn't be a health personnel before you give someone comfort. And also, if you have someone who has this measles infection, please ensure the person take much fluids. Be it water, fluids, anything drinkable, like water, anything watery. Yes, it will help to prevent dehydration, because most often than not, there's some people that when they inhabitate this virus, they tend to have diarrhea. Remember, diarrhea is not a disease, but diarrhea is a disease condition. And the earlier said having measles will expose you to other diseases and other disease infection. So please, the person should take much water, and much fluids. And most importantly, rush that person to the nearest health center or hospital. Avoid roadside drugs. It's not every time or every situation you buy roadside drugs. I'm not talking against roadside drugs, but I'm just advising that it is better you take the person to be consulted. And now we go to the treatment of measles. I want to say that there is no specific treatment for the measles infection. And to those of you who have patients or children or spouses, relatives who have been infected by the viral infection and then you rush to buy antibiotics, let me surprise you, sweetheart. Antibiotics don't treat viral infection. No. You can't take antibiotics to treat a viral infection. Viral infections, they are a whole lot of set on their own. They are isolated on their own now. Treatment is a kind of coherence, and treatment don't bypass protocols. You can't take viral medication to treat a bacterial infection. It's not possible. So the best thing is, please avoid self-treatment. Avoid self-treatment. What I'm trying to say is, if you realize I have any of these symptoms, don't just stay at home and you say, oh, Marivon said I should drink much water, Marivon said I should have enough rest, Marivon said, I should be comforted, and then you stay at home. No, your life is at risk. Please go to the hospital. Go to the hospital, you will get consulted, and they will give you that which will save your life and that of your loved ones. Please, 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 you've come to the end of this session. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, I'm your girl, I go by your praise. I'm waiting for you in the comment section. Please give me your corrections, because I know my rectors are watching this right now. I know medical doctors. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I've seen you. Please, please, I'm waiting for your corrections. I'm waiting for your contributions. And in case you have any worry related to medical issues, please, 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 I'm waiting for you in the comment section. Just drop your questions, and I will indeed come up for answers. With God be my helper. Thank you, and have a nice day. Ciao.